getting no peace. 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 Getting no peace.
Aloha YouTube, it's your boy Crypto Roots, and me and my lady just moved into our new place, and it's pretty much a chicken farm. It's got all types of fruits and vegetables, but we loving this because we healthy conscious individuals, and we like to have our space. Now we can be kind of loud and play music and meditate, and it's right on the beach. It's just such a blessing, you know. So yeah, let's talk about it. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate you, all my new haters too. So, you know what I'm saying? Much love. I appreciate it. And let's talk about when crypto exchanges pull a brother Polight. When they pull a brother Polight on your asshole. Okay? Now, let's talk about exit scamming, especially in the crypto community. What is exit scamming? All right, let's break this down. Exit scamming is when, let's just say, an exchange builds up a really good reputation, okay? And people feel comfortable using that platform. It's the new trendy exchange to use. You hear people are making a bunch of money. It's got a lot of volume, or there's certain crypto coins that are only offered on that exchange. And so what they do is they build up a good reputation. And after a while, people feel safe and more comfortable putting their money on the exchange, leaving their money on the exchange, and larger amounts. And what happens is, after a while, it could be a number of years, number of months, but as long it's really up to the people who are pulling the scam. But what they're doing is they're building enough reputation that people leave their money, large amounts of money, on the exchange, and all of a sudden they go offline, or they say, hey, we're shutting down the exchange, it's time for you to withdraw, but they disable the withdrawal buttons, so you can't even withdraw. Like they just make it seem like, oh, something happened, or they got hacked, or there's so many ways to leave the game, but that's essentially what it is. It's all of a sudden leaving the game and leaving everybody like, wait, whoa, like, I'm still trying to get out of my trade, like, I'm still trying to, like, oh, let me see if I can withdraw, oh, I can't even, like, you know. Or so that's exit scamming. And what those people, those developers, what those people can do is just shut down the exchange, and then put up a new website, a new exchange another day, and offer different benefits and lure people in. So this happens on the deep web, like, you can finalize orders ahead of time. Like, for those of you who don't know, just to let you know, like, you could, people be like, nah, you good, I believe you're going to send the order, nah, you good. So people finalize the order early without receiving the product, and then they never get the product, and a bunch of people said, no, you good, so they ended up getting a bunch of money, and they're like, why even deliver? Shut down. Sellers can do it, and exchanges can do it. They pull a brother Polight. They build up your trust. They build up the faith that you have in them, and then as soon as they figure, like, yo, this is the best we're gonna get, then they dip out, and then you're just left there like, wait, what bruh, like, for real? And so you got to be aware, you know, it happens to people, and it's easier to happen online in exchanges because it's more of anonymous and it's unregulated, and the transactions are irreversible. So that's why you need to be careful when you're dealing with the exchanges, and not to leave your bunch of money on an exchange. Even with Coinbase, they can pull an exit scam. Binance, like, you don't know. Those are more reputable, more regulated exchanges, so they can't really dip out like that. But still, like, it's your money in their wallet, and that's not the point of cryptocurrency, you know. So, you know, be careful, brother Polight, and anyone like him on social media, and be careful when you're dealing with these crypto exchanges, because that's essentially what they're pulling, is exit scamming, building up your faith, building up your trust in them, and then as soon as it's time for them, as soon as they realize this is the best they're going to get, they're out of there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So what I'm saying is this. Why am I around all these white folks if I also credit white people for a great deal of destruction? It's for my own protection, because Negroes don't protect their own.
Yeah. Slim Satan, nigga.
Slim Satan.
What the fuck y'all know? Come around my town, keep fucking around, boy. Put this AK to your motherfucking grandma brain, nigga. It's that Slim Satan nigga.
I heard it's a
Slim
nigga named
Satan
Slim
up in the
Jesus
game.
out here.
Gang.
Well, I'm
Y'all
Slim
boys gonna keep
Satan,
fucking
nigga.
around. It's that
I'm
drill
Slim
music for you, boy.
Satan.
I fuck with white folks, you a fucking lame and you can't bang. You can find me posted up in a good ride with Johnny Day. Your crew ain't really buy shit. You can suck my dick, I'm on some other thing. That nigga money is old money. Them white folks got a real yangs. I'm a cool nigga, I'll fuck a girl. I'll have a white girl on a fucking yacht. I'll have Madonna slapping on my knob. Oh, in the car, in the hot box. When the white school held down the crew, you was on the bus breaking all the rules. I was the only black one up in my pack. These niggas ain't have my damn back. Paid $5.50 for a sloppy Joe. Dequan took my lunch, ate all my snacks. I told the resource officer, yeah, damn right, he handled that. You told 40 Glocks and strap. Meanwhile, Billy on the hockey sack. No time to fight with you black. All you do is hold each other back. Your education is horrible. Bitch, I'm really about mine. Trying to get in good with a Steinberg. The hood ain't worth my damn time. You trying to sneak this, I kill your ass over sneakers. I contradict what I said, kill a nigga play stupid for a fucking check. I got a couple crackers, then they down to ride, and they down to sue when you're out of line. And if you play, they got them tanked to exterminate your whole mankind. Now I'm back to the track with my white cats and the KKK with a 38. Niggas in the closet like scared straight. Where the real niggas at when these crackers hate? I ain't got no time, I'm a porcupine, shark spine, shooting quick when I'm on my mind. I don't drink no lean, I don't trust no bitch. Got a real drill for you when you're talking shit. I got straight gold, no bankroll. I pay your baby mama rent. Don't get mad, treat her with class. Who your daughter spending all her time with? I keep extra drills in my coat. Sometimes you gotta let these niggas know. Got a W9, fuck a W2, Trump 2016, who I'm married, fool. And if you buck, I'm gon' delete my gram and go ghost like Mace. Fake followers, I can't relate. I fly your bitch from state to state. Shout out to Chirac, they the real goon, chilled in the cut. And if you don't like this song I rap, put the drill to your head, take a fucking nap, boy. Fucking clown, fucking pussy nigga. Fucking YouTube comment hating ass motherfucker, what the fuck you up to now? I put this AK to your motherfucking ear and blow all your earwax out, nigga. That real shit. Gang gang, nigga. Gang gang. Don't let me catch you up on that block, boy. Yeah. Gang gang.
Say, Polight, are you saying the more you bang on white people, the more white friends you're gonna have? Absolutely. So when they try to create a mythos about me, in terms of my character, when they try to turn me into a racial terrorist, I can get my friend Bob, and John, and Maggie, and Sue, and they'll say, leave Brother Polight alone, he's a good guy.
Turn around. I just
came out of the Okay. All right. I'm not moving. See, this is why I need white friends. You guys may not need white friends. You may not be in a position to need white friends. I need white friends. White friends resonate in politics. Black friends may just make it a little worse. Yeah, I'm telling the truth, because the black friends that I can have in politics are sellouts. I don't fucking need them. I go straight to the source, the white folks who control them.
All right, get in there. What's up, young blood?
What's up?
Swam, my brother?
Nah, no thanks.
Now let me tell you something. If you hit a man in time, his wounds will heal. And if you steal from a man, you can replace what you steal. And always cross in the green, never in between. I don't know Elijah, Muhammad, Ali, looks like a butterfly and stings like a bee.
Just thinking about spending another minute with Farrakhan made me never want to do time in the joint again. Boy, am I happy to see you, man.
And always remember, my brother, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, get a dog a bone, 2000, party, out of time, my bacon's many fine.
Just offered him alone. He even robbed his own Nawabian brother. And that man had a baby on the way.
Purchase your tracks today.
Peace, family. This is Imhotep Ray. Just here to share my personal experience on an attempted mentorship program with Brother Polight. I paid $3,500 and I didn't get a single thing, and I want to warn other people that could possibly run into the same thing. Yeah, so here we go. On Saturday, November 16th, 2019 at 6:04. I messaged him, Rahubat Muhatep, good brother. Not sure if you remember me. I'm Imhotep Ray. I reached out 2 months ago about the constant mentorship program. Just checking in to let you know I will be enrolling or paying in full around the second week in December. I have $2,300 now, and I have the other $1,200 soon for the $3,500 price that of the entry level program. Thank you for all that you do. Please save me a spot in the program, good brother. Here is that message. I'm gonna make sure I leave it for a second. So I'm also seeing that it's looking like it's backwards, so I'm gonna have to attach this via an app, so y'all can see it straight. Now he said, "Thank you, family. You got me at the right time. Do you want to start with the money making process now and put some of the money down to get the ball rolling?" And once again, I want to make sure y'all can see it. I'm gonna have to post it at the end anyway, so this probably don't matter. Damn, we can't see nothing. There you go. You can kind of see it now. So y'all can just see it's backwards, but I'm gonna post it at the end. I'm gonna read it now and I'm gonna post it periodically, but I'm gonna post it at the end just so y'all know I'm not lying. And I was like, yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I want to, basically. He said, he'll call me inside 5 minutes. He asked me if I had Zelle, Quick Pay, or Cash App. I told him I have Cash App, and he told me to send it to Melody Abru, and this is him telling me to send the money. Yeah, and for everybody's gonna say you're a dumbass, you're right. Yeah, I definitely was a dumbass. I should have did more research, and he definitely got me. I know I look rough, forgive me, but I gotta put this truth out there, even if I look a little rough. And then here is a screenshot of the actual $1,500, the first deposit I made to him, to Melody Abru, which is, I think one of his alleged wives. I don't know, I'm not into his personal business, just business-wise. He didn't do me right. Yeah, and then oh yeah, I sent him $2,000 up front first. So yeah, and then here's him telling me to go to my online banking, because I told my bank with Wells Fargo, and to send the other 500 to send him the other to make it for a total of $2,000. And there's him and his number. Leave it up there for a second so it can be screenshotted if needed. Yeah, and then I sent it. Of course, can you see the sent? Yeah, you can see the sent. There's it being sent at 500. So he got 2,000. Said he got it. Told me to send me my full name, email address. Told me to call me back. I sent it all to him. He told me to, and it seemed like everything was going good. He asked me what's my income to expense ratio. He sent me a message. I'll just show y'all, of course, make better. Sent me a message asking me about certain things that made it seem like he was about to do it. He says, do what's your largest expense, income expense ratio, what you make a year, student loans, free days when you off, what is the condition, city and state you live in, credit score. And so I was like fucking excited, bro, because I was like, yo, I was like, damn, I finally, got this money at the paper of the Polight. I'm about to change my life. And then here's me sending him how much money I made yearly and all that stuff, which is not really important to y'all. Then I messaged him again, Sunday, November 17th, and I asked him, was there anything else that you need from me, good brother? He said, soon we'll touch base with you. And then on the 18th, I said, didn't get to be with you yesterday. I'm off around 4:30 Central Time, and I will confirm this AM with you. And here's him saying that. There's me replying, saying Huawei. That just means okay. And then that's the 17th, 18th, and then the 19th. I said Peace King, got a link. Eventually Mercury retrograde in effect. It actually was Mercury retrograde. Y'all didn't know what that means. And then on the 20th, so that's you hear these days, 18, 19. Wait, no, he didn't message me back on the 18th. Okay, so at the 20th, he messaged me back finally, and he tells me, peace, brother. Peace to you, brother. The registration fee for the trust is now $140 more. Are you able to zero that over to keep things moving forward? Also, I'm available to talk this afternoon around 12:15 this afternoon. Okay? I guess I have to move that. Oh, why did I push that? All right. And here's him asking me for it. For those who have his number and that have signed up for his mentorship program, of course, y'all can confirm that that's his number at the top. And for those of y'all, that may know him or, that's his number at the top. I'm not making this up. I have no reason to. I don't want to be known for being scammed. Sure, there's going to be thousands of people in the comments. You idiot, you dumbass. Have a field day, man. I've already come to terms with what happened. So I tell him I have the 144. I have it at home, and I told him I'd get it to him. He told me great. He asked me what time we should anticipate it. So mine was Alabama, and I asked him, and I told him at 11:30, and I told him, and I asked him, was it going to be subtracted from the, from the 1,500 balance that I had left? And here's me saying that again, and if you can see it.
And he gave up all that bread, and he's sitting there looking at that man like, damn, man, my wife looking at me like I'm crazy. I got a lot of that stuff documented, man. That was stuff that Sarnetta knew. And them two sisters that had a house, they sold a house and ended up homeless messing around with Polight. And they were so ashamed. They didn't want to come. You remember that?
Yes, man. Oh my God. I mean, you bringing it all back too, man. I mean, he's done this to so many people.
So many people. You
can't even remember them all, man. It goes out. You got to make more space in them in your brain to keep it in, man.
Yeah.
So, man, this guy has met. And the one thing Sarnetta was right about though is when even though he took it back and said he only said it because he was mad. He said you robbed babies.
Yes, he did.
Women. That's the one thing I could say that I wish Sarnetta, if he's gonna curse and speak, I wish he would have just kept his word about that and speak that way about shit, man. But that that dude, he's too jaded, man. He don't realize the importance. He doesn't realize that he was speaking truth to power right then. He was speaking the truth right then, but didn't matter. Something else was more important.
Yeah, birds of a feather. He all those criminals, he attracted them there, and that's why I call him Frankenstein. He the Frankenstein maker because he does that. He does that so well, and And he, like I said, had he had a different mind state and a more positive nature, the House of Conscience could have been running the whole YouTube. He could have created his own YouTube
But you
had
know
he
what?
done it right.
You know what, Todd? That's what we're gonna do somehow, some way. I mean, it's not about any one particular person, but I mean, the reality of it is that was the opportunity they had. Everybody gave them that opportunity. The whole community was happy to support anybody that just wanted to keep it fair and bring some quality information forward. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of platforms like that. There's platforms that's doing great things that are in the Black sphere, right? But the thing about this one is that you got to talk about some other things of interest, history, you know, religion, things that also concern us, because those are issues that a lot of us are still trying to figure out, right? But they exploited it all for nothing. They treated that conversation like trash, man.
Yeah, I told him multiple times. I said, man, what you should have did was retire certain topics and never visit them again. It should be 1, 2, 3 debates with a panel, and if somebody can prove this, okay, this part of the Bible ain't true, they should have kept a record and left it alone and moved to something else. But they keep revisiting it. Why? Because that book is not in its original state, and there's too many versions, and then there's too many people have too many different interpretations of something. But if we can't look at something and all agree that that's a stop sign, then we need to leave that alone, because that's the power of religion. These books are books of magic, and they're negative, and they keep people stuck on stupid. And we can look at the results. That's why every time you turn around, somebody getting tricked by the religion. The person that's in front of them is only speaking the magic from the book, and that's why you have more negative results from these religions than positive, because the people is still stuck. People still poor. People still getting manipulated, and all that. Is no God there for these people that's in these religions, you know. And you can just go on. But the point of the matter is that this guy was
jokers like this doing it.
Right.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Even the China is just for fun. Female tendencies, that's all it is. It's female tendencies, that's what it is. Don't worry about it. Okay? That's what that is. Yeah, they got nothing better to do. That's what they do. I love it. You know, a lot of these people, religious people, they be so lame like this too. They never got over the fact that I beat up their bullshit religion. Yo, the stuff that people really be upset about, I'm telling you. But Negroes will never tell you the truth. They'll never tell you what the real problem is. Why they hate me so much. They'll never tell you the truth. They'll never tell you, oh, they still hurt about when I had the Christian debate or the Muslim debate or the Black Power debate or the Scientology debate or the Hebrew Israelite debate or like, they'll never tell you the truth. Brother, you took a lot of people's gods away from them, so they all want to believe anything bad about you. A lot of these brothers and sisters that want to see you fall are coming from a religious perspective. That's exactly what I was saying. Tony, Max Tunner, peace from Buffalo, Ronald, peace. Senate President, what up, gang? peace, Crow. What up, though? Word. TCU.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's a couple. Of course, that's a lie. Come on, man. People don't like him because of the scamming and the molestation.
That's it. And that group he's talking about them and us, but we not part of the religious part section of that. Nigga, we are very clear why we angry. Because of what you've done. That's clear, but again, he's delusional. He really, like, in his mind, that's what I'm kind of telling you. People like that, he believed what he done was all part of his being righteous. He believes that.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
He's talking about female tendencies in men, but he's been online parading as a victim with intelligence.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm the victim. Everybody's mad at me because I debated. And it's like, let's forget about, all the allegations of scamming. Let's forget about all the times that people had said that they had purchased something from you and they never received it. Let's forget about the DNA evidence where it was confirmed that the specimen of semen on a 14-year-old was coming from your person. Let's forget about all of those things that people could reasonably and justifiably be pissed with you about, and just make this all back to religion. Let's do that. Let's do that, and let's be the victim. With his bitch ass, like, come on.
It's crazy. It's crazy. He gaslighting like full speed.
Polight has empowered more people in this life than all the haters in the chat could do in 1,000 lives. Hey, thanks for that. I like that. That was love. That comment right there. Peace. Yeah, I smoked that, brother. Yeah, we kid. I cooked him. Like, made me think of stocks, properties, and more than a job. Iceberg 150. Thank you, man. Can't trip over this shit, bro. Keep your shoes tied, cuz. Where's the comp, sis? Where's the comp? Appreciate you. Right. Duck Car 101. Hey, thanks for the love and support, y'all. I'm reading the comments now. Thanks for the love and support. When I'm gonna get back on that debate tip, I don't know, that debate energy just brought me so much hatred. It's crazy. Intellectual power can never be diminished. You a king, Polight. Thank you, Debonair 365. KD _ Hayes 32. We don't figure out the debate thing. Hey, Labby, you a bitch. Like I always tell you guys. Polight, we need you. You're not perfect. Thank you, CC _officially. Damn sure ain't perfect. But shit, it start looking like it with these weak ass men out here. Dudes is acting too effeminate these days. We need that scholarship, no doubt.
What do y'all think that's about? See, this is what caught me the most. Is it's like he didn't let go of this effeminate thing. Like, you think that's projection?
No, what he's
yeah, it is projection because he knows he's going to go to jail and be somebody else's bitch.
I mean, that's what I think it is. Because people been saying that on the net, and he's been watching it. I think, like, I don't know, man. I'm just curious. What you think, Todd?
It's also people like us. We believe in karma, man. A lot of people would want to put him in the dirt, but we fear the spiritual ramifications. Because one, he didn't kill nobody, but he did something that's worth death. So that's why, and that's what he's talking about. He's talking about, because with your boy Sin the P, right? That died, I think, of AIDS. That same guy who was a pimp in Canada, I think, and he was molesting girls and pimping them. And Sarnetta had this same self-admitted, went to jail on record, was labeled was registered as a sex offender. If y'all don't know, go look up Sinful the P and Sarnetta, and it's gonna come up. And he was on Sarnetta multiple times. He was worse than Nature Boy as far as like on manipulating and pimping women. He said out his mouth to people, he said, if y'all thought I was this and that and I was this and that, why y'all ain't come put hands on me? Why y'all ain't come do? Because that's, again, we're not pushed to that. But if we was in a situation where we had to defend ourselves or defend somebody we seen getting hurt, we would cross that line, but you wouldn't be the same human being after that. And so he's picking at the fact that he's calling us the female or scared because, we're not running our own country. We're not in our own culture where a lot of people around the world and other places would have been took his head off.
Right.
But we in America, a lot of stuff we think it should be done. It can't. Right. We don't want to go to jail. See.
Right.
That's my take on it. Adding on to what you and the Queen just said, it's all those three major things right there, and nobody amongst us, like us on these lives, will go do it, knowing that we would have to face ramifications behind that. Even if they say, you know what, we're gonna let you go, but you still have to live that with you kill somebody. You see what I'm saying? After the event.
True.
And so you see, that's my take on it. I don't know what you think. What y'all think?
I mean, I think you're right to a certain extent. I think that the average person isn't willing to risk their livelihood in order to, excuse me, exact some sort of justice on him. Like, say, hypothetically, he did get off on like a technicality or something like that.
Right.
But I think that there are certain individuals that are just crazy enough to do it. I mean, in the case of him, it's a unique situation. It kind of calls to mind. A few years ago, there was a man that he was moving from one city to another to be closer to his college-age children. And when he looked at a particular, you know how people drive past houses that are like listed for sale or whatever. He did some background research and found out that one of the houses that he did look at was owned by a man who was convicted of, let alone sexually abusing children, but his own children as well. He went to the house and shot him. And when he went to jail, the conversation changed, because it was like, he's in jail because he committed a crime. He killed somebody. But people were like, we get it. You know what I'm saying? So he had like a group of people that banded behind him, created GoFundMes to help, prosecute his case and stuff like that. So there are certain individuals and cases that people have laid hands on individuals, especially individuals like him. If you look on the internet hard enough. I just think that certain people are set to make that decision, and the average person isn't, because they understand what they lose in the process.
Right. Implications. I got kids, so I don't want to be taken away from my kids because I hate him and feel like he should be in the dirt. But at the same time, I feel like all of us are correct. It's like this man, he's fused. This effeminate thing, like when he speaks, he's highly manipulative. So it sounds like he's, to me, drawing from all those things. Like, so that's why he can use it. It's like a way to address all of these elements at once. He's very manipulative. That's all I could say. And I feel sorry for anybody that lives around him, because you would have to endure that type of manipulation, that type of psychological abuse, basically, daily. And that shit's got to wear you down if you don't reject it immediately. If you accept it, it's got to just wear you down, man. So, but I think you're right. I think we're dealing with an extremely delusional person, a sociopath. That's basically what I think we're dealing with. And you know what? I also think the closer we get to the date, the more we're going to see of that. Like, we're going to get to see the real Polight soon. I don't think, because I think he's also got this narcissistic tendencies with it. It's heavy. So he's not, what I know about narcissists is they only show their real face when they're finally trapped in the corner. It's the last minute. It's not the minute before, They will try to find any way to weasel out until there's nothing left, and then you find out who they really are. So yeah. But we're dealing with a twisted person, which is hard. That's why it's hard for us to put the finger exactly all the time, because it's starting to get more twisted in a way. None of this made any sense. He could have done without even going online. He could have done without it. Like, I don't get the point. It was like it was something he didn't like. It was something he saw. It was something. It's the social media, man. This dude, his narcissism is out there. He cares about what people think. That's what drew him out. That's what I think. You want to join the community? Let's go. Yeah, thanks for the love and support, guys. So tomorrow we're gonna go in, though. We're gonna go in, and tomorrow's lecture is gonna be about the feminization of the black man. We're gonna have a conversation about that. We're gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do a PowerPoint. Andrea,
yes,
there? Yeah,
I'm here.
I know you wanted to say something about this.
So for me, it sounds like he's just really insecure. So I mean, you guys know all the backstory with all these people. I don't. So I'm new to everybody else, but from all the stuff I've heard since January, sounds like he's very insecure, and he tries to get people to play into his insecurity, which is all his own fault because nobody did that to him. But I also think too that Larry Nassar, the guy who was the doctor for the girls who were in the Olympics, he got stabbed up about 10 times a couple days ago. So that might be at the forefront of his mind. That's probably why he's out here hollering to people plead, hey, see what's coming for me. You see, this fool got stabbed up 10 times yesterday, and he's down there in Florida too. So, maybe he's seeing some of that and seeing that, handwriting's on the wall, bro, because once you hit that could be your fate too. Now, he didn't die, but they still stabbed him up 10 times. So that might be some of what he's looking at, and knowing that he's going in the same prison system down there in Florida as, because that's all I've been hearing is how bad Florida and Texas are. And that might be why he's out here hollering now, trying to get people to have some empathy for him. And it's too late. It's too late for that. He should have thought about that before he was, trying to, I mean, to me, like he was ostracizing those guys on the corner who was trying to figure out how quickly they can get in a young girl's panties, and then he comes out and does the same thing. So like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And so, hey, Shaka, but it's ridiculous. People need, if you're just a YouTube follower and you don't really know him like that, and you're siding with him and you don't really know him, then you do lack cognitive thinking abilities, because you just can't. I mean, that's why you have to stand on the principle and not with the person, because if you keep going, if you do that, you want to finding yourself, somebody like that who is a good manipulator, who seems to be somebody who can talk through his teeth real easily and not feel ashamed that he's behind it. That's what all this stuff seems like. These people don't care about what they've done to everybody else. All they care about is how can I get over on other people, even if I don't know you. How can I get your money out your pockets or get in your panties? One of the two. It's one of the two he's fighting for. And if they can't see that, if people can't see that he went after a young girl, and all these folks are talking about facts, nobody's perfect. We ain't talking about being perfect. We ain't talking about all that. That to me is an excuse for him. It's not. Nobody said you had to be perfect, but what's the right thing, and not going out here trying to figure out how long is it going to take for me to get that right? Because if he did believe women were God, like he said, then you violated God all up and down, back and forth, round and round. That's all I got.
Beautiful.
One thing, Curse, I forget her name, is Curse of Hamari or something. I forget her name. She's in the chat. She said this earlier. She said once he gets locked up, he needs psychological help. He needs psychiatric help when he gets locked up. I mean, because this, the mere fact that, okay, of course, the bottom line is you have to make a choice. But I firmly believe this man did that to that little child. No problem. I have no problem with that. I believe that firmly. And that means the way that he's talking, it shows absolutely no empathy for that act. Zero. And if he could do that to a young girl like that, this is, he took her, he moved her around, he planned it, and and then assaulted her, is what the paper says. That's what it says, and they have the DNA evidence. And the way he's talking, it shows this man has no empathy. If you have no empathy for that,
but he wants them to have it for him, though. He wants people to have empathy for him. Exactly. You're a grown ass man. What do and I can just imagine myself as a 14-year-old girl. No, there's no. You can't. I don't have empathy for you. You need to move on and go face your punishment, because you shouldn't have done that. If you're out here making all these quote unquote deals that you claim you've made, and you got, because I went online to see how much they say he's worth. They said he's worth, I see numbers as low as 3 million, high as 12 million. Okay, take all that money and put yourself and put your, get your case fixed or whatever. Go ahead and spend all your money, because that's what's going to take for you to stay in there. Because anybody be stupid and put money in your little account. you better hope you got enough money to last you for the length of time they might have you in there, because there's no excuse for that, none whatsoever, none.
Won't they take that money though for the victim?
I don't know.
That's even if all these assets, supposed assets, because I've never, in the years that I've searched, been able to find anything in his name. Not a piece of property, not a business, not a trust fund, not a anything. The question then becomes, how do you track down these supposed and alleged assets that he has that makes him worth whatever that number is? Because I just don't think
so. But if he has an offshore account, would you know that? You know, if that stuff is offshore, would we know how much they have? We wouldn't, right? Necessarily.
I mean, yeah, in terms of offshore, then, you know, that's a different conversation. But
right, because that's what I'm trying to figure out, how they came to that number. I mean, you know, somebody must know something, because I mean, I went online just to try to see how much he was worth, and like I said, the lowest number I saw was 3 million. The highest number I saw was 12.
Yeah, I mean, he could have paid for those articles as well. I mean, that's been a thing of recent, since like the pandemic started. A lot of folks got on the internet and started paying, you know, these sites to post information that's just inflated and nowhere close to how we're actually living. So, I mean, but these are the things that we don't know. So,
yeah, Tasha K said he didn't have nothing in his name when she was going in on him. Over a year or so ago, she said she had looked into that and got stuff in his grandma name or something like that, she was saying. So most people
I don't believe he has it. I don't believe he has it. I mean,
that's how he's able to maneuver. I mean, like, to me, listening back to like the Crypto Roots videos, to me was a huge teaching moment, because you could hear him kind of like list out how he maneuvers financially, whether it's he's sending money that's supposed to be for one purpose to somebody else that's not even in relation to this, like with the whole Ashley Wright situation. Yes. I didn't hear you. Sis? I could have swore I heard her call my name.
No.
But yeah, so I mean, you know, like Crypto was talking about like how he had called him and asked him to add him and his kids to an insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he doesn't do anything in his name. Everything is done by people that are in orbit of him. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I mean, and that will open up a whole new case. Like, to me, that is starting to sound like racketeering. You know? So these are things that, regardless of what he gets on the internet and tries to gaslight his audience into believing, there are real problems with him as a person even existing in this space. Because for one, he's manipulative. Two, he has no real regard for the value of human life, right? Like, if he valued these people, like, would you take advantage of those things by asking them to add you as a beneficiary, or you and your kids as a beneficiary to an insurance policy because you scared somebody going to clap you on the street because you didn't scam them? You know what I'm saying?
Wire
like,
fraud also.
Yeah. You know, wire fraud, bank fraud. I mean, just fraud in all these different.
Yeah, fraud. This dude's a fraud, man. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying he ain't got no money, because it's all predicated upon him being an actual fraud.
And he wasn't, and according to Crypto, he wasn't good with saving. He was spending mad money on different stuff, like continuously. And them girls definitely had no skills because they didn't do anything. If you just see it, just like he just had them, like she said, moving money around, and they were just spending it, giving it right back, buying all this expensive stuff, rentals every day, all day. That costs.
And look, but Crypto Roots also said that they had to stay in his place one night that he rented for himself, and he had to go sleep in the car.
That's what I'm saying. He had no real plan. He just was doing it scam by scam. You know, all them cars was rented from Suge Knight peoples. He said that too. You know, so all that stuff was false, and it's sad because a lot of people knew he was scheming and scamming, and they just, as long as he had the money, they didn't care. So it's a lot of, like you said, racketeering, and these people knowing this money is ill-gotten, and they still accepting it. So that's what I'm saying. I think that his trial is just going to put a lot of light on some of the things we kind of knew about, or maybe heard rumors that was never confirmed. And I think that it's going to take down a couple of people. I think because of this, because this ain't good. Because the only way he going to trial is they're gonna cut him a nice little deal because of all of the folks that's involved in this. In my opinion.
Right, I understand you. Yeah. Everybody's got an opinion, brother, and it's like I don't fault anybody for having one. A lot of times you see people trying to be right about every goddamn thing. It's like, it's not about what's right. It's about let's brainstorm this out. Let's see what what pops out, what makes sense. But at the end of the day, it's it's everybody. I feel like people have the right to have an opinion, because at the end of the day, this is the type of person you're supposed to have an opinion about.
Breaking up. Ain't heard a word you said.
You couldn't hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
you're breaking up, B. Bennett.
I'm breaking up? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do y'all hear him, or is it just me?
Yeah, maybe it's your phone, I think, Andrea, possibly. Yeah, I mean, I say bring it on. Bring the opinions on. What you gonna do? This man is alleged and
he's
charged.
Going in and out.
Yeah, he's alleged and charged with assaulting a young girl. Bring it on. Have all the opinions you want. I mean, I'm sick of holding my mouth about it, for real. I'm sick of saying allegedly, or all of this crap. It's like, this is just, and they prolong it, and it's just like, I'm sorry, people have the right to have an opinion. It's not like we're arguing about a guy who stole a candy bar, or came to work late, or had a bad day and got into it with a neighbor or something. Nah, this is like a serial perpetrator. That's it. So I say bring it on. We don't need to be to worry about it, and nobody can be right 100% because we're not the perpetrator. You see what I mean? We're not the person that did all of this shit, and we're also not the lawyers. We're not the prosecutors. So we just everyday people, but we still have a right. We still have a right to speak our minds. In a way, it's good for us because this man put on all the clothes of blackness and then screwed that over too. So of course we're gonna have an opinion, and took up a whole lot of space. Tar and Angelique, you guys could talk about your community, and you could use some help, and you could use some support. But look where all the support went. You see what I mean? So it is a problem. It's a problem. And myself and people like Shaka and all of us. I mean, when we have people like this soaking up all the air, it's a problem for everybody. So let's see this out. Yeah, I got no problem with your opinion. I think you all have come with some brilliant ideas and insights. So, I'm definitely peeping game. Let's see
you ain't lied once, but the fight is real out here. We're here, no doubt. Who said that? Debonair, 365. Niggas comment and follow somebody they don't fuck with just to come and post some hating shit. Bab 3 BOII, I already know. Polight woke me up 3 years ago. Thanks, G. That's Melia. Pardon me, MELIA. Melia Flow 38 FLO 38. Lions don't concern themselves with the speech of sheep. I like that quote. Largest prison colony in the world, Rikers Island. I ain't going in for no fucking weed charge. I was locked up for murder, attempted murder. Like, these people that be hiding on the internet, they didn't even get in trouble for jaywalking. And thank goodness for that. They should spend their freedom, empowering themselves, and doing their best to duck and dodge and bob and weave, being in the system. Because statistically speaking, if you're a black man, you're damn near 75% chance of being in the system one way or the other. Why are you so excited about crazy shit like that?
You see that comment talking about keep your daughters away from him? Like, what kind of shit is this? Well, it says, wait, what did he do that y'all say he's not perfect and keep y'all daughters away from him? Like, what? These women are starting to get on my nerves, I swear. He's
Bro, that was super weird. Niggas be on the DL for real. Man, anybody can join us. Anybody can join us, man. We looking to uplift humanity. Oh, we ain't explaining nothing other than the truth. We need to do any feminization of the black man. We need that lecture back. We need a serious lecture to go viral. The feminization of the black man. The fingernail polish, the motherfucking the dresses and everything like that.
Man,
Like, we need to go hard, man.
man, come on. They are feminizing all men right now with this whole LGBTQ-P-5007, all this mess. That ain't just black men. So that right there, what he talking about is what he went at in Hollywood. That's where he got caught with that damn tranny. Nigga, don't think we forgot.